to Charli's Crafty Kitchen. Welcome to Charli's Crafty Kitchen. Welcome to Charli's Crafty Kitchen, where you can eat what you make. Good day, welcome to Charli's Crafty Kitchen. Today we're making pigs and mud cake.
And welcome to Mycupcakeaddiction. Addiction. We're guest starring today on Charli's Crafty Kitchen, and we're helping her make her pigs in mud cake. Yay!
Yay! Today our ingredients are the chocolate cake, some green icing, 1 spoon, some scissors, and 2 knives.
And on my mat today, I've got some pink modelling chocolate. You can also use fondant. We're going to use that to make the pigs. I've got a Ziploc bag. I've got a paintbrush. I've got a toothpick or a cocktail stick, a little bit of water. I've got some pink gingham ribbon, and we've chosen pink gingham today because pink's Charli's favourite colour. And we've just covered a cake board with a little bit of pink gingham fabric. It's what we're going to present our cake on at the end. We've got a larger spoon. We've got a batch of the chocolate ganache. So Mycupcake Addiction has a great recipe and tutorial for this chocolate ganache, and we'll leave a link to that in the description box below. That's going to be our mud today. We've got about 3 Kit Kat blocks, and we've cut those, not broken them, so we get nice neat edges into little lots of 2.
Yeah.
So Charli, I reckon you've got to start by ganaching the sides of that cake. What do you think? Perfect. Here's your ganache. Grab a knife and show them how it's done.
Thank you, Auntie Liz. We're just going to smooth some ganache all around the cake, but definitely not on the top because it's already got some.
Oh my goodness, it looks so yummy. I'm so hungry. So guys, if you want to see more from Charli's Crafty Kitchen, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. She's got great tutorials for little kids and big kids, and I think you'll agree this pigs in mud cake is truly spectacular. And if you want to see a bit more about cupcakes and cake pops, Mycupcake Addiction's got everything you need to know there.
And it's very fun to make, and you can eat it and taste it. It would be so delicious.
And Charli's just a few subscribers behind Mycupcake Addiction, so she's trying to catch up. Hit the subscribe button and help her along the way. Not far to go, hey Charli, you're nearly there.
Yep.
Snapping at my heels.
Now we're going to get the Kit Kats. Thank you, Auntie Liz.
You're welcome.
And we're going to put them all around the cake.
So you're just going to stick them to that lovely ganache. Oh look, they stand up really well.
Yep.
So I guess you want to have them nice and close together, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that none of our pig mud comes out when we pour it in.
Yep.
So if you end up with all of your Kit Kats around the cake and you've got a little bit of a gap that's not quite big enough for 2, just cut a single one and pop it in there.
Oh wow, that really fits. That's what I thought would work, but it didn't just look like.
Push it on. Jeez, you've done a neat job. I'm very impressed.
Neater than last time, I think.
Neater than I think so too. I think you've improved. Now we're going to take that pink gingham ribbon. Because we've used the family size Kit Kat blocks, they've got a little bit of a break line in the middle of them. The ribbon's going to cover that break line. It's going to tie in the colours with our board, and it's also going to make sure that all of those Kit Kats hold together. So if I hold it around Charli and cut it, will you tie a nice bow?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. So we'll measure it out to make sure we've got enough to go around the cake and tie a nice big ribbon. That should do?
Yeah.
Alright, let's cut there.
I'm going to tie the ribbon.
Let me hold it in the middle. So it does help if you've got somebody else to help you hold this in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And while one of you is holding it in the middle, the other one can tie a beautiful bow.
Yeah.
You've got your lovely bow and your lovely ribbon.
Time for the pigs.
Alright, so we've got our beautiful cake sitting there with its ribbon on and its Kit Kats, and Charli's done an amazing job. And now it's time for Auntie Elise to make some pigs. So we're using a little bit of this pink modelling chocolate. As I mentioned, you can also use fondant. We've got a great tutorial on our channel, Mycupcake Addiction, for modelling chocolate, so we'll leave a link to that in the description box below. But I'm just going to roll a couple of nice balls. When I roll my balls, I put quite a lot of pressure on them and I roll them around until I'm happy that there are no seams or anything in them. And look, they're little piggies. They don't have to be an exact size or anything like that. I'm going to start out with just a couple of various sized balls around the same size, but I'm not going to be too fussy if they're not exact.
They're gonna look good.
They
Those
are.
piggies.
They're gonna be so cute. Alright. So what we've got is a couple of bottom sized balls. We've got 4 of those. And we'll just do another head sized ball. So we've got 3 or so head sized balls. And then you want to roll maybe just like 4 really small balls. Just so you've got a few different assorted shapes and sizes. There's no exact amount of pigs in the mud, so you can go, you know, as confident as you are with modelling. You can decide if you just want to do Piggy Bottoms, if you want to do Piggy Heads, if you want to do 2 pigs or 4 pigs or 6 pigs, it's totally up to you. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to format our little Piggy Bottoms. So for the Piggy Bottoms, we've got our balls. I'm going to take that knife and I'm going to use the back of the knife to just make, from about halfway down, a bit of a piggy bottom crack. It's a bit funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, now taking one of these smaller balls, I'm going to roll it out into a sausage. I'm going to get 2 pig's tails out of that because it's quite long. Out into a sausage, and then I'm just going to curl it around into a cute little piggy tail. Look at that.
Very nice.
You like? We're going to take our paintbrush and just put a tiny, tiny bit of water to attach our piggy bottom. Look at that. That's a little piggy bottom. We'll do another one just like that. So we've got a couple of piggy bottoms coming out. So our piggy butt crack.
That's cheeky.
It is. And another little piggy tail. Just curling it around. You've got sort of a pointy little tail and a fatter little bit that attaches.
Little bums sticking out of the mud.
That's right. A little bit of water to attach it. Those are our little piggy bottoms. What do you think?
Good.
Thank you. I'm glad you approve.
Thumbs up.
Alright, so now it's time to make some little piggy tummies, Charlie. So you can actually help me with these. All I want you to do is
Poke a hole inside.
poke a little belly button, not too deep. A little bit further. Perfect. A piggy belly is as easy as that. This one here too, please. One belly button. Awesome job. Some fat little piggies. Alright, now we need a couple of piggy heads. And we might take this one here and we're just going to pull off a little bit for a snout. So for a snout, we're just going to do a little ball and just squish it out with the finger. A little bit of water.
Can I do the eyes and the nose?
You can do the nose snouts. How's that? The little nose holes?
Okay.
Okay. So we'll put on the piggy snout.
And do the nose hole.
And I want you to put 2 nice nose holes in that piggy snout. 1. Ah, so cute. Alright, now for his eyes, can you do 2 eyes as well? 1. Nice! Such a cute little piggy face. There's our piggy face so far. We'll repeat that one with our second little piggy face. So into the ball and flatten it out. A little bit of water. The water really just acts like a glue and it's just going to stick your modelling chocolate or your fondant together. Don't use too much water or your product actually won't stick. So less is definitely more when it comes to your water. 2 nose holes and 2 eye holes from you there, please, Miss Charlie. While Charlie's doing that, I'm going to roll out another little ball, and I'm just going to roll it into a triangle and press it out to make an ear. Do that again for the second ear, and obviously we'll need 4 because we've got 2 piggy heads. So cute, Charlie. Alright, there's our 4 ears. We're going to stick the ears on just using a little bit of water. So I've just put a little dot of water where I want each of these ears to go. And I'm just going to press the ears down, sort of mould them into that head a little bit. Kind of looks a bit like Piglet. What do you think? Piglet off Winnie the Pooh, huh?
Yeah, because it's pink.
So there you've got a little completed pig head. Alright, so our modelling is going well. We've got 2 tummies, we've got 2 bottoms, and we've got 2 different sized pig's heads. And I'm just going to make just a couple of trotters. Actually, I'll use these little balls that we've already rolled. For the trotters, it's as easy as just taking the ball and cutting a little line into it. It's just going to make our little trotters. Very, very easy. Did you know pigs have trotters and not feet?
Yes.
Alright, now Charlie is going to do the hard part and pour in the ganache. You might need this spoon to help you along the way, Charlie, but if you want to pick up that bucket of ganache. Now with this ganache, when you've just made your ganache, it's really, really runny. So we've let this set for about 6 or 8 hours, or you can pop it in the fridge for about an hour, hour and a half, so that it's not completely firm set, but just show the camera, but you can pour it. So it's not as hard as what it would be if you'd let it set overnight, but it's certainly not as liquidy as what it was when you first made it. It's had a bit of setting time. Alright, you want to pour that in, Charlie?
Yeah.
When you pour it in, Charlie, you want to pour it to about that far from the top, so about halfway up your Kit Kats, alright?
Oh,
beautiful, in it goes. Look at that mud. More. Do try not to get the ganache down the sides of the Kit Kats above where the ganache line is going to be. So try and be quite neat with it. Beautiful. So just take your ganache and just push it out to the sides. Because it's not completely liquidy, it is semi-set. It's going to not seep through your Kit Kats. And with this one, you want it to look not too smooth. So just scooch the spoon around in it and just give it that kind of muddy look. The other advantage to having your ganache semi-set is that our pigs are going to float in it beautifully. They're not just going to sink to the bottom. Alright, so now it's time for some pig placement. So I think we're going to put a bottom in. What do you think about there? You want to put him in?
Yeah.
You put that one in. And you just want to push it. Yeah, perfect. Not all the way down, just, yeah, perfect. Our little piggy bottom. What do you think? He's maybe got a friend about here?
No.
I've dropped him now, he's got to go in. Once you've placed your pig, don't try to pull him out and replace him because you're just going to make a mess. So in that instance, we probably wanted him somewhere slightly different, but that's where he's bobbing now. We're going to do our little pig belly over here. So this pig I might place. He's going to be laying on his back. And we want to take those trotters and just position them out. You can decide, as I said, how many pigs you want. We're going to do one final pig over this side. He's going to be resting up against the side here of the mud bath. Might be a little bit hard for the camera to see at this angle, so we'll make sure to turn it around at the end. But I'm going to take a little bit of water and we're just going to attach
the head on.
The head on, that's right. And we might take a little bit of this and just make into arms. Do you want to stick his arms on for me? I'm just going to roll another little ball, roll it into a bit of a sausage and poke a little trotter at the end.
Do I need this?
A little bit of water on it. Okay. Now if you just want to stick that onto his arm at about that point,
yeah,
that'll be perfect, and I'll make you another arm. Perfect, he looks so cute. Alright, put the other one on, a little bit of water. Put him on the other side. Turn it around a little bit. Beautiful.
He's got a bit of mud on his
He
eyes.
does, and this other guy's got a little bit on his face. So we'll give that a little spin around so you can see it from all angles. You've got a couple of pigs bobbing down the bottom there. You've got one laying back having a fabulous time, and you've got one leaning up against, I don't know, I think he might be waiting for a drink to be brought to him. What do you think?
And didn't you forget the grass?
You're right! Lucky you're here, or we'd have a cake with no grass. Okay, what we want to do is we want to position the cake onto our beautiful gingham board. So I'm going to use just a little bit of ganache on the board, and that's going to help keep the cake board that we've created stuck down to our gingham board. So a little bit of ganache, don't let it drip. You want to keep that board as clean as possible. Lift up the entire cake board and pop it down. From here we're going to take a little bit of green frosting in that Ziploc bag and our last spoon. Spoon in that green frosting.
And put a hole in it.
Put a hole in it? Sounds good.
Can I squeeze it? Ow.
You can have a go. I'll show you how to do it. We'll do it together. How does that sound?
Okay.
Alright, so let all the air out. Close up the Ziploc bag. Move our water and our tools out of the way. Alright, so we're going to take that Ziploc bag and I'm just going to cut a little corner off it. Not too much, but not too fine. So just a nice little corner, and that fashions it into a bit of a makeshift piping bag. We're going to use that to pipe some grass. Now you can go around and you can painstakingly sort of pipe up each blade of grass, but to make it a little bit easier, we're just going to really just kind of just lift the bag up and drop it down. And we're going to take that grass all the way out to cover that silver board, so you can't see any silver board at all. So I'll do a little bit and then Charli will do a little bit. There's a lot to do here, so if you do decide to use a grass tip or pipe every single grass strand, you're going to need to allow quite a bit more time than what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So there you've got your Great Pigs in Mud Kit Kat cake, brought to you today by Charli's Crafty Kitchen and My Cupcake Addiction. Thanks very much for watching, and
don't forget to subscribe. Bye, YouTubers.